So, today, working bottom from close guard. So, our opening gambit here was to attempt to get the arm across my center line. When I do so, it takes away his ability to post with this arm and also exposes his back. So we were taking a cross grip, we were finding the seam on the back of the gi and pulling tight. We go hip up, and as my hips drop, I pass the arm across the center line. See how his back is exposed here. So the first scenario is, I'm going to keep his arm trapped in place with a grip on his lat. To reinforce it, I can also pass his lapel, especially if we're in the middle of a round and it gets loose. This keeps it very tight. Now I need to ask myself, can I get my head higher than my partner's head? If the answer is yes, then I can come up and take his back. So to do so, I'm going to take my elbow, keeping my chest tight, keeping his arm across, but I come up onto my elbow, my hip comes out, and this leg is going to bear the vast majority of my weight along with my elbow, and that makes this leg, the bottom leg, weightless, so that as I come up, it slides. And I can get both hooks in if he gives me the space, but there's a vast array of techniques I can do with my feet in this position. So that was the first scenario. Second scenario, from passing the arm across the center line. Same technique, cross grip. We take the seam, we go hips up, we pass the arm across. I secure the arm in place, but now this time, see, my partner powers into me. His head is higher than my head, and it's difficult for me to get, well, it's impossible for me to now get to his back. But what he has done is taken away this post and also started to bear weight over in this direction. So I can sweep him over this shoulder here. So I take my arm and I go underneath his leg, and I want to get myself perpendicular so that I can change the angle and effectively sweep him over the shoulder. So I use my foot and the raising of my hips and pulling with this arm all in one, like so. Now I'm perpendicular with my hips up in the air, and he started to be loaded on top of me. Sometimes though, just on the side note, it takes, in realistic situations, it takes 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 to cut the angle. And now we've cut the angle, I start to direct him over his shoulder. So I whip my leg underneath him and come up to the top position and hit the sweep. So 2 different techniques off of the same scenario, governed by what our partner does.